and he saw me like grabbing her and shit, and I don't know what he got into, but he reached over and grabbed her nipple. And that bitch turned around and smacked that motherfucker so hard. And he really did. Like, he's been cool and he's been confident, but that was one moment where he was like, I'm sorry. So, and she's like, don't you ever do that again. I ain't gonna say his name because he's been a real cool guy. He was really cool.
Once the mic's off, I gotta fucking hear who the fuck did that shit.
Oh, they'll tell you, man. Yeah, and I was looking at him like, fuck, man. I'm like, why did you do that? Because I thought he was gonna die. That's the kind of touch where two big ass Negroes should have been beside him at that moment and threw his ass in a dumpster outside. And I thought he was gonna grab me with him, and I was just like, shit. Now he's gonna get us kicked out. But no, it worked out fine, and she was real cool. And I was just like, I ain't changing the Leon or nothing, but I was like, God damn, that lap dances, maybe they're not what I think they are. Yeah.
That's what I love about Leon, man. He is the coolest fucking cat, and he walks through the door of a strip club and he fucking becomes like King Pimp.
Oh, and people, is he lying? No. Yeah.
He just becomes just sheathed in this whole new layer of cool.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah.
No, I found out that
what's that? Oh, yeah, he changes, man.
Dude, the first time we went, it was me, him, and Cyrus was all broken up about, having broken up with a girl, and we all go to a strip club together. It's like, look, man, we gotta get him some titty. And we all sit down, and all of a sudden, just Leon transforms, and it's like, what the fuck is this? And we're like, we've never seen this side of him. He's different. And he's got like two women at a time, and he's just throwing around 20s like it's nobody's business. Oh, he's like, I'll be back. Where are you going? Get more 20s. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? And but it's a thing of beauty.
And when he disappears, it's not like, I'll be back. I mean, it's like he'll be back in 3 hours. It's like they told me when I came in, people were just kind of like, Corey, you're right. He disappears and we don't know where to find him. The place is not that big. It's like there's another dimension in a strip club that he only has the doorway to.
It's the special Leon jerk-off space.
What was that show? Stargate. It's like when you got a big circle that's a dimension. That's his VIP section, a big old fucking vortex.
Except it's not a circle. It's a
fucking diamond and in the shape of a vagina or some shit.
It's a stripper's vajayjay.
Yeah, and when he comes in, people they know him. The doorman is like, "Oh, Leon, good to see you again, sir. The usual ass." He comes in, he's like, "Yes, please."
Hell no, not the usual ass. Bring me some new ass.
Yeah, and if you ever catch him in the corner with a stripper, I mean, he's having some deep conversation. I don't ever know what he's saying to them, but those strippers are transfixed. I mean, the strippers are normally like, yeah, whatever. But he's saying some deep shit, but they're like, yes, I know what you're talking about.
and that glazed smile he has on his face. Oh, isn't that the coolest expression ever?
He goes into hypnosis at certain points. I've only seen it twice with him when he's about to spoil the end of a movie when he's looking at a stripper and he put him in front. I think at this point you don't even need a stripper. Just put a stripper pole in front of him and he will just stand there for days and not fucking move.
Well, that's because he can see the extra dimensional strippers, asshole. Motherfucker's magic.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but it's fun going with him. I mean, really, if you go to a strip club, go with Leon. I mean, that is the guy you have the most fun with, and we're joking around with him.
He is the king wingman.
Oh yeah, no, really, we're making fun of him, but it was lighthearted fun because he's the guy to really go with. He actually made my night, man. I saw him and I was like, wow, thank you for capping off the night like this because people are happy. I walked to the strip club, all these motherfuckers were grinning, all the women, the guys, everything. And who was the chick from Leog that was getting a lot of strip? Christian was like, I don't know what kind of lap dance she had, but it was enough to make her think, like, you know what? I think I'm lesbian.
Well, it was either that or one of the Spill members that was hanging around her all night last night.
Yeah, that probably didn't. That probably helped out a little bit too.
There was a special game that Jason was playing with her. That was a lot of fun. He kept sending the some of the more fun members of the Spill following over in her general direction. And that was That was a lot of fun.
Wow,
that was interesting to watch.
I can only guess, really. I think I have a clue who you're talking about, and I ain't gonna call them out, but yeah, there's some. There
was more than one. That was the beauty of it, because she had made a joke about how she was gonna get all the free drinks she could for the night, and she kept looking at Jason and giving him that look like, I don't have a drink in my hand, and so he'd find the creepiest motherfucker he could find and send him on over.
Oh man, that's the kind of shit that make me say, bitch.
It was fucking awesome to watch. It was so much fun.
I hate
Leon people. They're mean to each other, man.
I'm gonna just say right now,
they make us look like best fucking friends.
Do they? Because that's fucked up, man. That's the kind of shit I don't like. You know,
that was beautiful.
I wish I would have been there. I say, here, man, take this drink and throw it back in that bitch's face when you get back. That's how. I would have told.
He sent a lot of different people over, which it wasn't all bad. But,
I would have been like, you know what? I would have said, hey man, you want to know how you really get laid? You throw drinks in bitches' faces, man. That's how you gonna get her. That's what a real man does.
Mexicano?
Yeah, he's like, hell yeah. Mexicano, man. Let me tell you something. This is the other thing that's really heartfelt. Not only does he have a fine ass girlfriend, because he showed me pictures. Unless you download that shit off the internet, that's a stranger. You know how people buy pictures at Walmart, like picture frames. Lonely people, and they put them up on the shelf and they keep the pictures in there like, oh yeah, that's my mother right there. It's like, motherfucker.
If it's a picture on the internet, I don't fucking believe it.
Well, no, you got a really good looking girl, man. And I have to say that he's like, man, I'm really missing my girl. And this is, there's times where something so cool happens that it's a distraction, but, I'm like you, man. I see why you missed that girl. Shit. I'm thinking about taking a bus back to Chicago. I'm thinking about taking a plane and beating your ass there and find out where she is. But no, what's really heartfelt, man?
No, he'll really do that.
No, yeah, I will.
You don't understand.
Yeah, tomorrow. I'm thinking about it. When you leaving?
Tomorrow, right? See you.
Check JetBlue real quick. No, man. Mexicano. Now this is what's so heartfelt. Mexicano is from Chicago, and he took the Greyhound bus here, and the Greyhound ain't no fucking joke, man. I mean, that's a 24-hour bus ride. And to ride the Greyhound bus to come here, that's like going through the fire of Mordor and shit. I mean, that is really cool, man.
One does not simply walk into Mordor. He takes Greyhound.
He takes the Greyhound, yes. And
although I hear Chuck Norris simply walks into Mordor. He's the one guy.
Yeah, and walks back out to tell people about that shit.
It's fucking ninjas back there, man.
Man, that is really cool, man. I'm telling you, I am. When you told me what you did, I was like, wow, that is the fact that you went through all that trouble to come here, and it is trouble on a Greyhound bus. I don't care what you say. He even came here and said, man, fuck Greyhound. He's saying he ain't just saying about the bus. He's like, next time I see a fucking Greyhound dog, I'm gonna choke that motherfucker, man. That's how much I hate that fucking bus. I'm gonna throw a dog in the front of a bus next time I see him. Yeah, bam. But no, thank you so much, man, for showing up here. He brought his computer here tonight because we're gonna look at his artwork. He's one of the greatest artists we have on the site, and he's very quick and very funny. So, thank you for coming, man. Thank you so much.
So, my Murray from the party, because I haven't talked about that yet. No, actually, there's one moment that I just have to share with you guys, which just made me. I was laughing about it all night. I was talking to a couple of the Spilios. It's I believe it was the guys from Midland. There's a group of guys who came in from Midland, Texas.
Oh yeah.
And we were just talking. We're shooting the shit, and we get around to talking, and I'm like, so you guys gonna try to hook up or anything tonight? And they're like, man, it's real slim pickings here tonight. I'm like, what are you talking about? There's women all over the place. And the guy looks at me and he goes, man, look, there's only a couple girls here who are my type. And he points. He goes, I do that girl and maybe that one over there. And I pointed to the girl he said he do. I go, that girl right there? And he goes, yeah. And I go, my wife? And he goes, dude, you should take that as a compliment. And I was I do. I just wanted to watch you fucking sweat.
Yeah,
but yeah, it was that was kind of an amusing, because just to look at his face, he looked scared shitless, and it was awesome.
And he did walk out with it for a little bit, so I mean, you might want to call that dude up and smell his finger or something. I mean, but man, no, that's cool, man. That's your greatest memory out of all the shit that happened. That's it.
Well, no, that was the funniest thing that happened last night. No, there were a lot of really cool fucking people there last night. So and we got to watch Fish score some points with a girl, and
really,
yeah,
Little Fish, huh?
Yeah.
Nice. Good for him, man. Little Jason Fisher.
Yeah, little Jason Fisher. And then of course there was that really cool drawing that everybody was drawing on. Did you see that thing?
Yes, the jam drawing that where everybody
I even
drew some
one.
stuff. No, I know. I saw that. I saw yours. You drew a dick with your goatee and hat on it.
No. I just drew a dick. Because I was like, they're like, draw whatever, and I'm like, all right, here you go. And then Fish came by, and he's like, who drew the dick? And they're like, Carlisle. Well, shit, it's got to have glasses and goatee then. And sure enough, he drew it up to look like me.
And then somebody drew an octopus from that. It was like, so you are the dick tentacle of an octopus now.
Knock the fuck off.
Yeah, no.
That's imagination.
Yes, it is. And Nate was the one that brought that, and he laid that down. Nate is one of the members on the site who's a brilliant artist, man. I mean, really brilliant. And I'm amazed that he says, yeah, I do Photoshop stuff to like erase things in the background. I was like, you draw and that's your living, you erase things. I mean, what's the fucking irony in that? I mean, the guy he could work for he could do an image graphic novel and they would accept it today if he had a strong story enough with it because his imagery is great. And he brought there and he's cool about it. He's like, I'm not going to just show off my stuff here. I'm hardly going to even draw on this. This is for everybody else to do. And what he's going to do is he's going to take that and make high resolution images of them and put them on the site. Cause he did another one at the picnic today. So, but when I saw that dick, that's the first thing I saw. And I started laughing. I was like, and the what thing is, I just saw dick, not the whole goatee and mustache. I just like, that's Carlisle. But no, it was good, man.
It was too PG, man. I mean, I look at that thing, it's like, this doesn't belong on Spill. Spill is not a rated PG website.
Nah, man, it
was like a Care Bear short of being on a kitty room wall.
Yeah, and then when
it needed some penis.
And it's like when you do that,
it needed a big old cock.
Yeah, and after you drew that, it shit just got nasty. Like somebody drew the ejaculation from the penis and all.
Oh, that was
shit. Yeah, I was like, God damn, man, look at this shit here. Look at this bullshit. Except that it was like your real ejaculation. It wasn't a drawing. I'm like, why is this shit stuck to the table right now?
Because I'm serious about my art, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's like you put your penis in match with the penis on there and like jerked off and it was like, explosion. What's that?
It was actual size.
Actual size, yeah.
That's right. Fully erect, too. That took some work.
I know. Trying to find that shit. He traced it, yeah, he did a dotted line and shit. And trying to find that shit was like trying to find Waldo and shit. Except I found Waldo before I found his dick on it. But nah, man, it's, I don't want to belabor the point here because we still have a couple of more podcasts where we're probably going to talk about this. I know co-hosts are not going about this for a long time. And,
really? You're going to go on about something for a long time?
For hours.
Like for 3 fucking hours?
No, for 3 days. We're going to have a podcast palooza of our own.
Jesus is going to die. You're going to do the podcast, and he's going to wake up and come out of the cave before you're done with the podcast.
And he's going to look at us and be like,
fucking long
and he's going to say, fuck, man, y'all still recording? He's going to hang himself on a cross after saying how long we're recording. Fuck, I can't take this shit no more. But nah, man, we're going to talk about this some more. But while I have everybody sitting in this hot-ass room here, man, and then you get to see how the recording's being done. I just want to
see how ghetto this shit really
exactly
is.
Y'all thought this shit was like we were in a recording studio, like like Tupac and shit. It's like one computer right here and a couple of cheap ass microphones. You too can make a podcast. But while we have all you people here, man, in my home, and like I never thought like by the end of the party that there would still be this many people hanging around in my fucking home. Thank you so much for coming and being so hardcore about this. You made this a wonderful experience and
now get the fuck out.
And now get out.
Bye, everybody.
But I have to tell you, we've made some good friends. We saw some people again from last year, and last year it was just people at a bar. We were competing with the UT football game.
Yeah, you chose the night of an away game, so all the bars on 6th Street were just filled.
Except for the bar that we were supposed to be in. The bar, that's the thing. We filled the bar that we were in. There were only 3 people watching that fucking game, and they were turning that shit up.
You're high.
Yeah, I am right now. What else?
There was like 24 of us there total for the party last year, and the entire bar was filled with people wearing orange shirts watching the game.
No, we had more. First of all, we had more than 24 people because we counted. We had like close to about 60-something people.
Last year?
Yeah, that came and went. We
there
counted.
Weren't 60 people.
Yeah, there were. We counted, man. We actually had people like at its peak when we had like including all our friends and everything. Yeah, we filled that back. And the reason why they had the game going is because they forgot that we were supposed to do a fucking party there. Even though the guy told me, I told some people this already. There was a guy named Ward, works at Mother Egan's, and I told him, I said, Ward, you know what? I'm trying to find a place to have a party. I know that you're a bartender, you know a lot of people. What should we do? And he's like, I mean, what should we do? When's your party? I said, it's on this date. Fucking here, man. You doing it here. I'm like, okay, I guess I'm doing it here. I plan everything, come back a couple of weeks later, and I was like, well, Ward, we got a head count. We got people coming. Coming for what? Coming for the party. What fucking party are you talking about? I was like, the party you told me to have here, motherfucker. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, I hope you don't mind a TV in the back where we're showing the game. Is that okay? I'll bring some food and shit. And it's like, well, what am I going to do at this point? And so we're sitting there trying to like we have a DJ who's like competing with the game. Like they're turning shit up. Like he turns this shit up a little bit. The people get pissed off and they turn their TV up a little bit more. And it was just like it was like nothing, man. Just like people hanging out at a regular bar. But this year we made this an event and we had like shit going on all day for people and the next day too. And like I said, I was more than happy to do it. I'm not going to eat for a couple of months, but that's all right. You know, ramen's cheap. I'll get by. But every penny I spent was worth it for this. And I really can't thank you guys enough. Now we got some people who need to leave at about 4:30 because you guys are catching the plane.
What time is it now?
It is 4 o'clock. It's 3:57.
Well, then it sounds like it's time for email.
Yeah, but instead of
it's email live.
Email live. So if anybody has a question at all, I mean, we'll be more than happy to answer. Right, he's like, well, I'm here.
Well, my question, I don't know if you guys will know the answer to this, but I'd like to know how much of a film's box office take makes it back to the studio.
Well, I think him and I have two different opinions on this, but you can go ahead and say.
Well, I mean, it really depends. Every film is different. They negotiate different rates on percentages that they get from the actual box office take itself, from the theaters. Then there's also the amount. Every film, sometimes directors and cast get a section of the net or the gross, and that depends from film to film. So there's always a completely different amount that's going to go back to the studios to pay back the costs.
That's not exactly what I wanted to know. What I mean is
So fuck you now.
I mean from the actual theater itself. What makes it back?
Well, if you're talking about the theater chain, normally for like let's just set a standard here, a big blockbuster movie. For a film like that, I heard that for the theaters to get their money for showing the film, studio usually gives them like 40% of the gross.
It depends.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's typical for a blockbuster.
Every film is literally different, where they negotiate different rates when they offer the film. Like if it's a film that the theaters really want and are going to bid over, because there are rules about only a theater within a certain zone can have a film. They'll offer different percentages, and sometimes theaters will bid on percentages. So literally, some films they don't make any money off of. They only make concessions, and some films they only make 10%. The theaters only make 10% off of, and some have 40 or 50%.
That's what I'm saying. Like a typical answer for like a blockbuster, because that's what we go for. You know, like when you're thinking like percentage and shit. You know,
but there's no industry standard.
Yeah, no, there's no.
The theaters get 25% and the studios get 75%. It changes from film to film.
Okay, all right.
And that's why they always say like it costs so much to make a money back, because they typically it's 40% for the people to get their money back on the film. It's 30% for advertising and shit. I mean, it's when you hear that, you like wonder why people even keep making fucking movies. Man, it's like nobody's making money on this. But and you tell me, movies are kind of like just commercials now for the DVDs that are coming out? If you're talking about like your typical studio film, I'm not talking about some small budget independent film.
It really depends. Sometimes it is all about the box office. But yeah, there's some times where they'll just dump a film just to promote the DVD, so that people will know that it was a big budget film and not direct to DVD. But
all right, anybody else got anything? Everybody's like, man, it's fucking 4 a.m. I ain't got no goddamn question. Oh, well, come here. Yeah, come on over here, man, and tell people who you are.
Hello, my name's Jonathan.
And John is the one that brought Orlando. Orlando's over here like, man, ask your goddamn question. Let's go. I'm sorry. Like, oh, Jonathan, how you doing? You've been having a good time at the party, man. You like the most energetic person at the party.
Great time at the party. I regret going home. But I was just gonna say, like, the most funniest thing I saw at the whole party to make everybody jealous. It was well, you probably put it on your picture, and it was the Let's Do This video game.
Oh yeah.
And it was a part where Corey gets the power up, and he turned to Black Wonder, and the way he grabbed this Goomba and fucked his thoughts, it was just so like it was a masterpiece. It was like watching art, like
You know
watching
what?
butterflies.
Fuck that video game. Fuck that video game hard.
Man.
Tell them about the name dropper.
Oh man. Okay. You know what? You know what? Yeah. Okay. First of all, what my man Jonathan is talking about, and we'll put it up on the page, is, and this is what made me think we should have like a Spill Film Festival, because we just have too many talented people. A guy made a video game for Let's Do This, and it has co-hosts and I trying to stop the spoiler, and it's mocked up to be like Super Mario Brothers. So we're scrolling across the screen.
Leon's
Super Mario
in it.
Brothers.
Cyrus is in it. Corey's in it. Co-host is in it. Who's not fucking in it?
You are.
I'm not in it.
You were General Akbar. You had on a disguise. The part where he comes up and says it's a trap.
Admiral Akbar.
Admiral Akbar. You were
Admiral
him.
Akbar pops up and goes, "It's a trap." Even Admiral Akbar gets a shout out in that fucking game. I don't get in the fucking fuck that game.
I didn't make it, man. You taking that on me? I didn't make the game, but it was truly inspired though, and so he's taking quotes and shit from Let's Do This. It's one big in joke, but it's a fun in joke if you know it. And one of the things that we always say on the show is fuck your thoughts, and of course I have the reputation for fucking anything that moves. So so they have,
it's only a reputation.
Yeah, I would, because I will even fuck a video game apparently, and so in Mario Brothers, what they call the Goombas, the little Goombas are running, and when I say fuck your thoughts, I actually pick up one and my pants are down and I fuck this little video game character, and I'm looking at this. Even I caught it late. I watched it like 3 times and I was laughing. I was like, and I saw it like, what the fuck? and
That is the best moment in the game.
yeah, no, it's great. It's truly inspired, man.
Fuck that game, seriously.
Well, maybe. Hey, but you know what? He said that he's making a sequel. I'm sure that you're going to have something in there. Now, these guys came up with some funny shit. Now, you want to know what you included on? Okay.
The name dropper.
Yes. Have you heard about
the name dropper? I'm like, yeah, that's a Carlisle joke.
Yes, it is. So we got
That's an old Carlisle. You did a comic strip of that, like 5 years ago?
I did.
Yeah.
Man, you a name dropping motherfucker. You've been doing this shit for a long time.
I know a lot of names.
I guess so. And you dropped those motherfuckers too. Shit.
No, I slammed that shit right down on the table.
I know, like dominoes. Shit. Eli Rowe. Bam. But so we.
Bam. Spend the night on 6th Street drunk with Shia LaBeouf. Bam.
But we were talking about making a short of the Black Wonder, and his challenge is to go out and stop the spoiler. And we're characters who don't know that these are our secret identities. Like, these are the characters we are. And the thing that we're going to do is Cyrus is the guy that works at the bar. He's like Q from James Bond, like Huggy Bear with all the information. So you go to the bar and he's telling everybody the spoilers on the run.
Okay, is he Q or is he Huggy Bear?
He's a combination of both.
Completely different individuals.
He's Huggy Bear with weapons and
Huggy Bear is
secret
fucking
shit.
cool. Q is some stuffy British guy, and nobody likes the Brits.
There's no reason why you can't bring them together, man.
There he is. Yeah, you get a lot of ladies while you were here, Nick. It's a dry well. Yeah, because Corey's fucking fucked it dry. That's why it's a dry well.
Ha ha. But no, so we want to make this thing where we're these heroes doing this, and of course at the end, like after I defeat the spoilers, like my next foe is the name dropper, and you drop names like you throw Chinese stars. It's like when you say somebody's name, when you talk about I've hung out with Quentin Tarantino, you stab somebody with that shit. So yeah, it's gonna be fun, man. We're gonna have a good time doing that. But all right, we're getting close. Tell you what, we'll answer a couple of more questions. Anybody else got anything at all? They're like, I know people like, we just want to get the fuck out. Yeah.
Who fucking said that? Who Who is getting their balls stomped into the fucking floor asking a goddamn Dark Knight question on a Coco? That's why we have the long rambling let's do this. You do not ask those fucking questions in this dojo, motherfucker.
You know what? You guys might as well get your plane right now because we're going to be here for another 2 hours.
God damn.
No, we're not. We're going to be
Dark Knight.
We're about to be done. We're going to do one more question here that we'll read, and then we'll be done because I'm going to hang out in the pool and drink some champagne. It's fucking hot in here. Oh. Mexicano's over here already. He's already got started.
That's right.
See, Mexicano's fast. He's over there sketching the name dropper right now. he drew a picture of the name dropper jumping at the screen like Quentin.
Fuck yeah.
I was wondering what he was over there so busy doing. Like, this motherfucker gonna be looking like Picasso and shit. All right, one more question, and then we're gonna go ahead and stop this shit because I'm hot as fuck and I'm still drunk. Oh man.
God, it's gotta be an email question.
Yeah, just one. My goddamn email will work. Hold on, y'all. Okay, here we go. This comes from Phil, and Phil says...
Is it Phil Flash?
No, it's just Phil. Damn. Plain old Phil. I just want to know if there was ever a movie that you dug the shit out of, and he says it's Carlisle says, but towards the end, it pissed you off due to a shitty ending, twist, etc.
We answered this question a few months ago.
Man, we answer this question all the time.
We do.
It's somebody who came into the thing late. No Country for Old Men. We'll just answer it real quickly. So,
see, I'm not even going to say that because every time that comes up, we've got like 3 or 4 douchebags that have to talk about No Country for Old Men again.
Let them.
I don't want to talk about that fucking movie anymore. For fuck's sake, let's move on.
I've never seen.
You know what? I hear there's a new movie out called The Dark Knight.
Please don't hate me is what this guy's name is.
Oh, God.
And he says, love your podcast. Sometimes when I'm bored, I just sit at my computer and listen to some of the old episodes of A Coco. My question is...
When you're really bored and you got nothing better to do, we're your go-to.
Yes,
awesome.
Yes. Hopefully you flunk some classes, too, listening to us. When it comes to a bad movie, which do you think is worse? A movie that doesn't even try to have a plot, or a story made for cheap to try and make a quick profit? Or a huge, big budget movie with some big names behind it that is completely stupid, loud, and annoying, and had expectations going into it, such as Transformers 2.
How are these different? These sound like kind of the same films.
I think let me see if I can clarify this. I think what he's trying to say is, which one do you think is worse? A bad movie that knows it's going to be bad, and they don't care, and they're just trying to like appeal to the audience that they know will like it, or a movie that's just trying to be more, including having a big budget and having these aspirations of having a cool story and whatnot, and completely fails at that. And I would say if a movie knows it's dumb, I might not like it, but at least it knows where it's coming from, instead of something like Transformers 2, which tries to, I don't know, get the feeling that Michael Bay actually thought that this was some epic shit, and it ended up being like a loud, wasted amount of time for me. So
I have no idea. It's like that classic question: would you rather be hit in the nuts or punched in the face? I'd rather you not hit me at all. They both.
I'd rather be punched in the face because you hit somebody in the nuts. I mean, I don't know if you have never not been hit in the nuts.
I have a beautiful face, okay, and I don't, I don't want that shit messed with.
That's funny because
I'm married, so my nuts are never on my person. They're at a jar at home,
and your face looks like nuts. So it doesn't make any difference.
Nuts.
Yeah, don't even get me started on that shit. All right, you know what? We're close to that time that we can go ahead and stop now. I want to hang out with my friends here, especially with some of them before they have to go.
And I want to get out of this funky smelling room is what I want to do.
Well, no. Damn, boy, you making friends wherever he goes. Carlisle on the move. Hey, good night, y'all.